November Nuke Tweak.
Hello, Nuke Artist. That's incredible. That's already the number 21st about Movember Nuke Tweak. And we just finished this last part about chromatic aberration. So on a previous episode, we discovered two tricks to create the lateral chromatic aberration. We use a transform mask, we use a Goldways, and now we will use a kind of physic lateral chromatic aberration. How to do that? In the first part, I will just create a sphere, like this. I will just respect the Z scale. And I will just shoot with the camera. Why I shoot with the camera? What is the distance between the camera and the sphere? I just want that the sphere fill completely the frame. For the size of the frame, I just be a lazy guy. I just put my plate, use a shuffle to indent whole alpha and color, and I apply this as a background. So now I'm sure I will have only the sphere and with the correct size. And now on the skyline render, I will just activate the output vectors in the shader tab, and I will use the surface normal. For the normals, you have to create your own channel. Don't be worried by that, that's normal. And just use the red, the green, and the blue. So what we see, I will use a shuffle, and in the shuffle I will now apply on the RGB the normals. And what we have to on the picture, it is on the red channel the X axis, and the G, that will be the Y axis, and the Z will be on the blue, that will be the Z axis, like this. So what does that mean? The normal, it is how the face are from the camera. So it is front, on the side, on the top. So we will use this information as distort source. So I will copy this normal, the red and the green, as forward U and forward V, and I will keep the blue channel, the Z, on something like mask. Why not? We will see after why I keep this Z. So I will apply my distort, and on my distort I will use one for the red channel. So if you want to rename fastly or not, just click on N on your keyboard. So that will be for the red. I will duplicate this, Alt C to duplicate it. And this one will be only on the blue channel. I will ask to copy the scale with an expression to influence the UV scale for the blue channel. I can even create a link if you want to have the same channel for the UV channel, so that will be the forward. The last week, we have to explain that the blue channel will be influenced by the red channel by 1 divided by the scale of the red channel. So, what's happened? I will increase a bit the scale, and maybe you will notice now there is a kind of chromatic aberration, but with an exponential value. In the center there is a bit, in the border that's a lot. And that's pretty nice because we respect the shape of a sphere to apply this distortion. That's pretty cool. Maybe too much, especially for the center. So a sphere is perfect, but a lens is not like this. A lens is like this. This is the correct shape for a lens. I just take a look to be sure that we'll have to completely fill my picture, so I will just play a bit with a Z to just have the camera closer to the sphere. And now, if you look, there is still chromatic aberration, but that's very nicer and that stays stronger on the border. So, last effect, if you remember, so I keep information about blue channel from the Z. So I will just apply a last eye distort. On the eye distort, there is the blurred channel. I will use this with the mask A. If you remember, the mask A is the blue channel, so the Z. And just before, I will invert this mask like this. So, what will happen? I will just explain that my blur channel, the Z, will expand the blur, so we'll just increase it, and the blur will be more on the border of the picture than the center as a lens, and everything will be linked to the lens. So if you play with the shape of the sphere, everything will be in the relationship, and that will be perfect to create a very nice chromatic aberration. And that's all, folks. So once again, thank you for your patience and to take view on this lesson. And don't forget, this is for the Movember, so if you want to keep and just give a donation, go on the Movember page, and that will be really appreciated. So thank you all, and see you soon for our next episode.